All right, it has been just over 1 year with my Rivian R1T. Her name is Eva, and I've had the chance to experience this truck through 4 different seasons in New England. In this review, I will share what daily life has been like, the good, the bad, and why I actually think that the Gen 1 Rivian might actually be one of the best performance deals out there right now, if you don't mind a few trade-offs in autonomy. Now let's dive in. Let's talk about daily living and convenience. About 95% of my charging happens at home on a level 2 charger, averaging around 6 kilowatts. For my 40-mile round trip commute, that's more than enough. I can top back up to my 70% limit overnight without even thinking about it. So no, range has never been an issue for me. Rivian's road trip planner does a great job estimating arrival percentage, and with these big batteries, you can easily handle errands and daily driving just by topping off at night. For us here in New England, road trips have been smooth and range anxiety really isn't a thing anymore. There's plenty of chargers all around us. On the software side, Rivian has overhauled a lot since I took delivery about a year ago. We've gotten Apple Music, we have Google Maps integration, Google Casting, a dedicated YouTube app. But with that said, bugs do pop up, like phantom proximity beeps or the occasional monitor restart, but updates have improved this thing over time, which is one of the benefits of having a software-enabled vehicle like this. Next, let's talk about my driving experience. My R1T is a dual large without the performance upgrade, so 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds with 533 horsepower. And honestly, that feels like plenty. You totally can pay the additional $5,000 for a performance boost in my vehicle to get 665 horsepower and a 3.4 second 0 to 60. But for me leasing, it just doesn't make sense to pay that additional $5,000. Compared to the tri-motor R1T or R1S, there's definitely less of that acceleration boost, but for daily driving or most of daily driving, I really don't notice or miss out on any of that acceleration. What I think a lot of people miss out on, and what's really interesting, is how good of a value Gen 1 Rivians have become. You can find pre-owned quad motor trucks in the $50,000 range, which is absolutely insane performance for the money. And yes, you're not going to be able to get the future autonomy features, but if what you want is power, capability, and fun behind the wheel, that trade-off makes a lot of sense. Day to day, what I've noticed is that the R1T strikes an awesome balance with its adjustable air suspension. It can feel sporty or road trip smooth, depending on how you set it. Compared to our R1S, I think that the R1T actually rides more comfortably, and I think it's due to the R1S's shorter wheelbase, making it feel a little bit more bouncy if we do hit some bumps. In snow, rain, and ice, this thing is actually rock solid. Between the weight, the dual motors, and visibility, it's one of the safest vehicles that I've ever driven. And when you put winter tires on it, I feel like you can plow through literally anything. The winter tires that I put on it during winter last year were the Nokian Hakkapeliitta LT3s, a fantastic wheel that fits on these 20-inch rims. I definitely plan on doing that for the R1T this year, as well as the R1S. All right, a quick pause here. If you're finding this helpful, hit the like button and consider subscribing for more Rivian updates and owner reviews. It really helps the channel out and lets me make more videos like this. Let's talk practicality and utility. Storage is where this truck shines. I use the bed weekly for hockey gear, the gear tunnel for dog gear and camping chairs, and the frunk for groceries. Also having the under seat storage and cabin space, it's a Swiss Army knife that's on wheels. Looking at the interior, the carved wood and seating still feel absolutely new. There are small things Rivian could improve, like sturdier grab handles and a proper MagSafe charger, but otherwise, the build quality has held up very, very well, and that's with me getting into it, my dog being into it, doing multiple road trips, camping trips. This thing has been very, very good and easy to clean afterwards. Let's talk cost of ownership though. My first year has been really cheap to own this thing. The only service visit was for the tonneau cover retrofit, plus a $60 tire rotation. I didn't have to pay for the retrofit. That was already included in the leasing price. As far as charging costs for me, I live in an apartment and it costs $120 a month for a flat fee to park in a garage spot with a level 2 charger. The insurance cost for this vehicle per year is about $1,200, and taxes in Massachusetts lands at about $800 plus inspection, which altogether comes to about $3,400 for the year. Now, obviously, this varies by state and setup, but that's been my real world costs so far. Add in a few $100s for fast charging with all the trips that I've been taking, and I'm probably at about $4,000 for the year. Now, what has surprised me most about having this Rivian R1T? Honestly, it's the versatility that surprised me the most. The powered frunk actually gets a lot of use, way more than my old Model 3 did. And I think that's just because I'm able to fit a full week's worth of groceries in the front, which is absolutely awesome and clears up a lot of other space. Some of the biggest ownership challenges currently for me would be software bugs that kind of pop up here and there, and access to the service center, as well as wait times. I'm really lucky that I live within 10 miles from a service center, and another one is opening up pretty close too. But if you live hundreds of miles away, that could be a lot tougher. And currently, if you're in an area with a lot of Rivians and a service center that is very busy, your service center appointment could be pushed back by months. Currently, I have one that I won't be able to get my Rivian R1S in until about February. So we'll see if they're able to push that a little bit forward for me if anything opens up. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, autonomy. Gen 1 Rivians are not going to be able to keep up with what Gen 2 vehicles are getting. I can live with the basic highway assist, but features like automatic lane changes feel like they should be possible in the current hardware of a Gen 1 vehicle. I even think that hands-free highway driving doesn't feel that far-fetched to be in Gen 1. So I would love to see Rivian continue to push updates here, ideally without charging Gen 1 owners extra. At the very least, give us the features the hardware can reasonably support and give them to us for free, because there was a little bit of he said, she said of what was going to be able to be achieved by Gen 1 vehicles, and they're currently being left in the dust. So my thoughts after 1 year, I'd definitely buy this truck again in a heartbeat. It's comfortable in the city, it's unstoppable in a blizzard, it has storage solutions that no other EV offers, and the software keeps improving over time. Now, yes, Gen 1 autonomy is limited, but for me, the value is still incredible, especially if you're looking at pre-owned quad-motor models around $50K. If you want performance and capability today, that's one of the best EV deals out there for your buck. So that is just a quick update on my 1-year Rivian R1T review. Thank you for watching, and if you want more Rivian news and owner experiences, check out my other videos, and remember, adventure is always out there.